Leonardo, Grundtvig and Transversal are three parts of the European Commission's lifelong learning programme. If you're involved in vocational training or education, they are your key to some exciting European opportunities. Send learners or job seekers on training abroad, build partnerships across 31 countries, or get funding to attend a conference or study visit. These are just some of the ways that organisations in Wales are benefiting right now.
We're determined to make Wales a lifelong learning country where there are opportunities for people throughout all the age ranges. We know that if we are to make the progress we want to make in terms of education and skills in Wales to benefit individuals, communities, employers and the economy, we must make lifelong learning a reality.
The Leonardo, Grundtvig and Transversal programmes are meeting this challenge by opening the door to new learning pathways for Welsh people.
Well, I think it's all about additional and new opportunities to get involved in learning, education and training, and to have that wonderful experience of travelling in Europe, meeting new people and understanding different ways of doing things. I think that's a huge opportunity for personal growth.
We have a wide range of lifelong learning program opportunities for you. Let's take a look at what's happening in Wales.
Cardiff University received Leonardo Transfer of Innovation funding for a European partnership to improve diversity training within the steel industry.
It was a Europe-wide project working with 10 partners from 9 countries. The greatest benefit is the networking possibilities. You get to liaise and work with partners from lots of different countries and then with the networks that they have. And that is particularly useful, particularly for an organisation such as I work for, where we require research access to lots of different organisations. So I've been to most of the countries that were involved in the partnership, and that's a great experience because you begin to realise how differently things work in different countries. We've maintained with contact with all of the people I think that we've made contact with. Many of them are involved in new projects that we're hoping to develop, so it's been very fruitful in that respect.
Another team at Cardiff University provided support in terms of budgets and developing the necessary paperwork.
We are involved right from the beginning of a project, so when an academic within the university has an idea and they identify some types of funding that are available to support that idea, our role is to deal with the administration, particularly the financial side of that.
I work on a number of European funded projects. I find that Leonardo are very structured. We have a very good contact point which we go to discuss any queries we might have. So Leonardo seem to be, for me, to be the easiest ones to actually manage, and you get clear guidance on everything you do. So I would definitely recommend for other partners to look into these for funding. I believe I've benefited from this project by working with a range of European partners. I've got to know how their organisations have worked and their ways of submitting financial claims, so it's given me more experience and confidence to go into another project, to coordinate and to be able to give more guidance than I did in this one.
Mark Richards from National Museum Wales attended a Grundtvig in-service training course in Italy about promoting active citizenship.
We received an email inviting us to propose people to go to a particular in-service training course that was running by Grundtvig. and I was selected to represent the museum at that. It was a 5-day in-service training course in Emilia-Romagna in Italy. It was an opportunity to meet with museum professionals from across Europe who brought their experience of working with volunteers in museums. We were interested because we have a friends organisation here who do some volunteering for us, and we were looking to expand that work. And I went there to learn from best practice and to share with them what we already do in the museum here.
Mark learned how Italy is promoting volunteering as a route to getting individuals involved in their communities.
But it was an opportunity to understand what they're doing and how their volunteers work in a different capacity to ours. A number of our posts here are filled with paid members of staff. Some of the organisations were much smaller and therefore didn't have full-time paid members, and therefore they use volunteers in a different way than we do. We're looking to use volunteers to be able to explain the wonderful collections we hold here on behalf of the people of Wales, and in order that people can come and learn more, as we are a learning organisation.
Paul Morgan from the Welsh Assembly Government recently went on a transversal study visit to Belgium.
We were based in Bruges, and we spent a week there and made excursions out to Ostend on the coast and Kortrijk on the French border.
Paul joined people from across Europe for a week-long programme looking at how to break the link between poverty and low educational attainment.
It's not just an issue of what you learn from the system. We did see a lot of interesting initiatives, and we saw something that operated in a rather different way from the way in which the system operates here in Wales. But it was the opportunity to look critically with a lot of other people at what was being offered and what was being done in the country. I was very impressed with a particular programme they had for training heavy goods vehicle drivers there, young 16 to 18-year-olds that had who had a very rich experience of education as well as the skills of driving heavy goods vehicles. I mean, there were things like that you could bring back, but more often it was a case of talking with the 13 other nationalities that were there, comparing notes and seeing how the dynamics of the different countries led to different approaches, and helped us to reflect on what we do here in Wales as well.
As you have seen, we have great opportunities for you. You are just a few steps away from an exciting and rewarding European experience. Why don't you take your chance?
To find out more, why not come to one of our information days? They're held in Wales every year. If you like what you see, you can book onto an advice surgery which will help you to turn your ideas into a strong application for funding. You can find out about our application deadlines and read about other opportunities available under the Lifelong Learning Programme at www.lifelonglearningprogramme.org.uk.